Hi, in this second video we will be going over the strings once more, just to reiterate the correct playing position again to reinforce correct playing style, and remembering when you're playing and stroking the strings, you want to go all the way into your palm each time you hit. So, to remember each string, once again, the very bottom string, which is the thinnest string, will be E, second string, B, third, G, D, A, E. And so, next, to actually focus more on how to change the sound of what you're playing, we're going to be using scales. So we're going to be starting on this first string, the very bottom one, the thinnest one. And so when you first play it, it's E. But the way to actually change the sound is pushing down on these frets. Now the correct way to push down the fret is to more or less have your finger in the center of the fret in between these two bars and push down all the way. Now, but when you put down your pressure slightly, it changes or muffles. It actually muffles the sound entirely. Now when you push down all the way, it changes the sound, as you can tell. And so, this scale that we're going to be doing will be open, first, third, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, and then if you have a guitar that has two dots, that's a good way to remember that's the octave of this string. And so, for this scale, starting on E, it'll be remember, each time you stroke the strings, you want to go all the way into your palm. This is good practice technique, and it's good rehearsal, and it's good to reinforce the strength of your fingers when you're playing the guitar. And so, a good lesson you can use, or a good practice technique to use, is utilizing these two strings, and you're going to play, it's a kind of scale almost. And so you're going to start on the second string, using the first fret, alternating between either of these two fingers, which I won't be. I will be using these three. Then next, you will be using the third fret on the second string, and then you're going to go open, which is no frets down, on the first string. Then you'll be using the first fret on the first string, and finally, the third fret on the first string. Each time you're hitting a note, it'll be 4 times per fret. So, before I change to the third fret on the second string, it'll be changing. And that's the general idea. What you're doing is strengthening the muscle memory and strengthening your correct technique while playing and actually utilizing the frets. And so, what you'll do is you'll go second string 1, second string 3, first string open or 0, first string 1, first string 3, each note 4 times when you're stroking the string. And then after you hit the third fret on the first string 4 times, you're going to go down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to go all the way down until you hit second string, third fret. Once you hit that 4 times, instead of hitting second string, first fret, you'll be only hitting it once and letting it ring for 4 counts. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now practice as many times as you like, and I'll play it as an example. Going down. Now, if you caught what I just did, for one, I actually messed up the last note. I was supposed to let it ring for 4 counts, and instead I got into a habit of playing it for 4 counts, which is, it's okay for practicing, but it's also important to memorize, to pay attention to the actual notes and not just look at the strings, which is a good trait for further down the road. Also, toward the end when I was playing second string, third fret, you could hear for a brief second, it was briefly muffled because I wasn't putting enough pressure down and putting the string all the way down onto both frets. Now, going over this multiple times, you'll get the handle of moving down the neck, and going down on the frets and being sure to push down correctly. That's just a basic skill work. Now, for the actual notes that you'll be hitting, say for this second string, which if you remember, this second string is B, playing it open, it's like the alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. However, in while playing music, you will never hit H. The musical alphabet stops at G and repeats. So it'll always be A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And so for this scale, it'll be B, C, D, E, F, G, A, and then remember these two little dots on this fret? Remember, that's the octave on some guitars. So A, B. Now let's go ahead and hear the octave. Important things to remember on not only the guitar, but all instruments, is that there is, if you noticed, I played B, C, and then I skipped. Why would you ask? I don't play it like that, because that's actually a half step. That's not correct. That's a half step. The only times you ever have half steps while playing notes is when you're playing B to C or E to F. That's the only time. Those are just some things you can remember down the road, but right now we're just trying to focus learning the frets and reiterating correct posture while playing the guitar, having it up, the correct way to hold it and have it set in your body, and the correct way to actually stroke the string while playing it, having each fingerprint go to the center of your palm, along with introducing new ideas and new things to focus on. And that'll be it for this lesson. And we will go over some new information and go over the stuff we covered in this video and the first video and the next one. And I thank you.